Artem's residence. The morning sun shines through the tall glass window onto the polished marble floor. You stand in front of the coffee machine enjoying the bitter aroma of roasted coffee while trying to fight off the morning drowsiness. Who is it? You walk to the entrance and open the door only to find a delivery man standing there with a smile.
백은우 씨 댁에 계신가요? 택배입니다. 반려동물을 많이 기르고 계신가 봐요.
The delivery man taps the cart full of packages, greeting you warmly. You look at the packages piled as tall as you and decide not to explain. That's a lot, indeed. Sorry for the trouble. The delivery man carelessly waves his hand and asks for your signature, then he moves all the packages into Artem's hand. I can't believe we bought so many things for Ollie. Just then, you suddenly realize that Artem, who usually gets up earlier than you, is nowhere to be seen. You inadvertently glance up to the second floor. Is he not up yet? Maybe Ollie was bothering him too much last night. I should go take a look. Curious about the situation in the bedroom, you tread lightly to the second floor and push open the door to Artem's bedroom. The morning light shines softly, enhancing the dim and quiet of the room. But the scene on the bed makes an imprint in your mind. Artem is using his arm as a pillow, sleeping carefully in a protective posture. In his arm, a white ball of love is sleeping soundly with her belly up. The fluffy white ball, perhaps chasing something in a dream, moves her legs in the air. In the end, she accidentally kicks Artem in the face. Feeling the impact of the kick on his face, Artem mutters something in his sleep. He must be exhausted, seeing how he didn't even wake up from a kick to the face. But his hair, which had always been neat and tidy, falls across the bridge of his tall nose in front of his eyes. An inexplicable attraction pulls your gaze as your eyes fall on the corner of Artem's mouth, kicked by Ollie. He's sleeping so soundly. You bite your lips, easing the adrenaline you feel from the scene before you. Last night, Artem took Ollie into his bedroom and told you to sleep in the guest room so you wouldn't be disturbed. It seems Ollie really did a number on him. It's vivid that Artem wasn't used to sleeping in this position, but he was too tired to care. Deep in slumber, Artem's head slips from his arm, then you notice the messy pillows. But this scene looks a bit familiar. The scene of last night when you first saw Ollie emerge before you. Last night after work, Artem took you home to pick up the lawsuit file for an old case. When you opened the door, the scene before your eyes took you aback. Artem's home, which had always been clean and tidy, looked as if it had been ransacked by thieves. Almost everything was on the ground, and nearly nothing was intact. Just as the idea of calling the police popped into your mind, an adorable ball of white fluff rushed out of nowhere. Artem, when did you get a dog? Artem crouches and picks up the little cutie jumping excitedly around his feet.
이 녀석은 앵두예요. 지민 선배가 한동안 맡아달라고 부탁한 포메라니안이에요. 선배의 신혼집 인테리어에 문제가 생겨서 재공사가 필요하대요. 선배랑 서지섭 씨는 현장을 지켜야 해서 그동안 앵두를 돌보게 됐어요.
Celestine got a dog? How did I did not know that? Wait, How did she hide it so well? I've never seen any dog fur on her clothes.
사실 주로 서지섭 씨가 키우고 있다고 들었어요. 선배는 가끔씩 돌봐주는 정도래요.
Artem looks down, patting the white ball of fluff.
앵둘은 털이 거의 안 빠지는 체질이래요. 어쩌면 서지섭 씨한테 특별한 방법이 있을지도 모르죠.
You look at Ollie, who looks like a cloud in Artem's arm, and can't help but reach out to pet her. She's so soft and adorable. Ollie sniffs your hand and starts squirming excitedly in Artem's arms.
잠깐만.
Ollie jumps nimbly from Artem's arm and circles around you. Does she want to play with me? You look at the messy chaos around you, then back at an excited Ollie. I heard dogs make a mess at home because they have too much energy, and I guess Ollie is no different. Artem reveals a helpless expression, which is uncommon.
선배가 앵둘은 성격이 활발한 편이라고 얘기하던데 이런 쪽으로 활발하다는 의미일 줄은 몰랐네요. 오늘 앵둘랑 놀아줄 시간을 깜빡했는데 내가 앵둘을 너무 얕봤나 봐요.
Artem is exhausted from dealing with the complicated kids today, and now he has to take care of Ollie. How about I'll stay here today and help you take care of Ollie. We can also discuss the case. That way, we'll save time on the road and be more efficient since two heads are better than one. Looking at the state of his home, he looks at you with slight embarrassment.
늦게까지 청소해야 할지도 몰라요. 그럼 야식은 뭐 먹고 싶어요?
Apple pie! You make a delicious apple pie, and I've been craving it recently.
그럼 저칼로리로 만들어줄게요. 허기도 채울 수 있고 소화도 잘 될 거예요.
Great, then I'll be responsible for walking the dog and cleaning up the living room. That way, we should be able to finish everything by midnight.
네, 그래요.
In the end, Ollie is exhausted after taking a walk, but after eating the meal that Artem prepared for her, Ollie quickly recovered her energy and started dashing around at midnight. Artem couldn't rest well the whole night. Seeing Artem so exhausted, you quietly tiptoe over to him, wanting to take Ollie from him so he can sleep better. Artem suddenly makes a sound, his long eyelashes quivering. You freeze in place, kneeling silently beside the bed and waiting for Artem's reaction. Artem seems to sense your presence, subconsciously pulling his arm back, which forces Ollie to shift as well. The fluffy dog fur covers Artem's face in an instant. He reaches his long fingers out, scratching Ollie's belly as he looks up from a cloud of fur.
이건
You retreat your hands back, lying your head on the edge of the bed and looking at Artem. I wanted to take Ollie away, but you woke up. Artem rubbed his eyebrows with his knuckle to relieve drowsiness, then sits up.
앵두 아침 산책도 시켜야 하고 밥도 먹여야 하니까 어쩔 수 없이 일어나야겠네요.
You help Artem rub his arm, which is probably numb from having been slept on. Why don't you go back to sleep? I'll take care of Ollie. Artem touches your hand on his shoulder. Most of the drowsiness has already disappeared from his voice.
어젯밤에 당신도 앵두 산책시키고 집 정리하느라 힘들었잖아요. 그러니까 오늘은 내가
It's fine. Do we really need to be so calculative about such trivial matters? Based on what you know about Artem, you can almost guess what he's going to say next, so you say it before him. Today, we'll take care of her together. In the days to come, Ollie will be living with us, right? How can I leave you with all the work? Artem lifts his hand and gently touches your face. The smile in his eyes looks like peaceful water in the morning sunlight, almost overflowing.
당신 말이 맞아요.
Pet Park. Walking on the road, the white ball of love catches the attention of many passerby. What an adorable dog! Ollie responds enthusiastically to the praise. But maybe a little too enthusiastically, Ollie looks in the direction of the lady trolling heavily. Ollie? The lady realizes something, then pulls a sausage from her bag, speaking in an apologetic voice. Oh, is it this? This isn't good for you. You'll shed if you eat this. Ollie continues to stare at the sausage. The only bad thing about Ollie is that she's gluttonous. At this point, Artem slightly tightens the leash in his hands. Ollie, you can't eat this lady's food. Hearing Artem's voice, Ollie's ears perk up. Ollie looks at Artem, then back at the sausage. Ollie, come. Artem repeats the command. This time, Ollie doesn't hesitate and returns promptly to Artem's side. Ollie is more obedient than at the beginning. Artem looks at the lady, who stares lovingly at Ollie. You seem to like Ollie, and I thank you on her behalf. Who wouldn't love such an adorable dog? The lady exchanges a few more pleasantries with you and Artem, then leaves with a smile. Artem only was able to resist the temptation of the sausage. It seems like Ollie and I have established initial trust. Artem's residence. Artem, what is this? Celestine gave it to me this morning. She said with this, Ollie will be happier. Let me see. Pets on Communicator. Communicate with your pet without barriers. Supposedly, this pet sound communicator can interpret our conversations so both parties can understand. That means we can use this pet sound communicator to interpret our words into various barks. Yes, in theory, simple commands that Ollie understands, such as food, will also be interpreted. However, for complicated commands such as don't touch my keyboard, I doubt Ollie will understand what a keyboard is, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Why don't we try it out? Sure, I'm also curious about how the communicator works. Artem's residence. Salis has been stuck with rainy weather over the past few days. You and Artem have stayed indoors afraid of getting Ollie's gorgeous white fur wet. Early in the morning, you see Ollie laying near the entrance. Seeing Ollie behaving like that, you look at the weather report while drinking freshly brewed coffee with Artem. Today's weather going to be great.
네, 마침 앵두도 며칠 동안 집에만 있느라 답답했을 거예요. 오늘 앵두랑 같이 산책해요.
Ollie immediately stands up when she hears walk. Artem looks at Ollie, who looks excitedly at you.
앵두가 요즘 집안 물건을 많이 물어뜯더라고요. 에너지도 소모할 겸 오늘은 산책 노선을 조금 바꿔보려고요.
Hearing walk again, Ollie barks excitedly, not caring about what Artem said. Yeah, with such great weather, I want to go on a walk with you too. Artem crouches to put on Ollie's collar and on leash, adjusting them to make sure she is comfortable.
앵두야, 출발하자.
Time for a walk! Artem waits for you to get ready and takes the leash. As soon as the door is open, Ollie sprints outside. Outside the neighborhood. You and Artem take Ollie for a walk near his home. Maybe Artem has made plans to take this route because there are no unexpected incidents along the way.
앞에 내가 자주 가던 중식당이 있어요. 가는 길에 앵두야.
Ollie sprints forward all of a sudden, stretching the leash to its limit, which forces her to break. However, that doesn't stop Ollie from pulling forward. I think Ollie smells food.
그런 것 같네요. 일단 진정시켜야겠어요.
Artem stops without warning, and Ollie responds by running back to him and circling his feet.
앞으로 가요.
Compared to the first time you walked the dog, you're much more skilled.
그냥 앵두의 행동이나 습관이 익숙해졌을 뿐이에요. 앵두는 주인의 기분에 신경을 많이 쓰는 편이거든요. 앵두는 행동에 제약을 받으면 주인의 반응을 관찰해요. 그러니까 앵두가 갑자기 앞으로 뛰쳐나갈 땐 그 자리에 멈춰서면 돼요.
I didn't know there was so much to learn about dog walking. The smell of steamed buns floats through the air. That smells great. Why don't we have steamed buns for breakfast? Judging by how Ollie twitches her nose while sniffing the steamed buns, perhaps she finds the strange smell rather interesting. Watching Ollie wags her tail, you decide it's better not to take Ollie inside the shop. I'll go buy breakfast. You and Ollie wait here for me.
알겠어요.
You and Artem seem to be on the same page. He smiles, holding onto Ollie's dog leash as you enter the breakfast place. You place a speedy order for breakfast, inform the owner that it's for takeout, then finally walk out with your food. Let's go! You and Artem continue to walk side by side, but Ollie refuses to follow. Looking anxious, Ollie suddenly starts growling in the direction of the breakfast place.
앵두야, 나랑 같이 집에 가서 아침 먹자. 응?
Ollie forcefully tucks back work on the leash. Despite showing her double chin, she still refuses to submit. Seeing such a situation, Artem takes out Ollie's favorite beef jerky, encouraging her to walk forward.
자, 앵두야. 네가 제일 좋아하는 소고기 육포야.
Ollie's favorite food is beef jerky, so Artem has been bringing some with him recently. However, at this point, her favorite beef jerky is no longer enticing. Ollie is more interested in the nice-smelling food she has yet to taste. Artem tries everything, but Ollie still won't budge. The battle between man and dog appears intriguing, which draws a growing crowd of onlookers. You notice Artem's ears turn slightly red.
앵두?
Staring at the embarrassed Artem and stubborn Ollie, you look down at the steam bun in your hand as an idea pops into your mind. Ollie, look, what is this? You rip open the several layers of packaging, the aroma of steam buns bursting out. Ollie's attention is immediately focused on the steam buns in your hands. Ollie, look, who has the steam bun now? You put a whole box of steam buns in Artem's arms. Ollie looks up at Artem and sits down obediently.
앵두야, 가자. 집에 가서 만두 줄게.
Without any hesitation, Ollie follows Artem and leaves the place. Problem solved. With the crowd watching, Artem walks towards you with steam buns in one hand and a dog leash in the other.
당신이 있어서 다행이에요.
But Artem, are you really going to feed the steam bun to Ollie?
시간 끌기 전략이죠. 집에 가면 대신 고기 요리를 만들어줄 생각이에요.
Supermarket. On the walk, you and Artem discover a supermarket where dogs are permitted. Upon entering the supermarket, Ollie starts sniffing the air curiously. I wonder what Ollie's interested in. How about we let Ollie take the lead? Interesting. Let's try that. You and Artem slow down your steps, following behind Ollie, who is busily sniffing the air, not knowing when she'll stop. I'm guessing Ollie will stop in front of the beef jerky. I was thinking the same thing. However, passing by a row of office supplies, Ollie suddenly stops. Huh? Ollie sees the file folders on the shelves, then looks back at you and Artem. These file folders are the ones you usually use. What does Ollie mean? Are the file folders toys to Ollie? I speculate that Ollie thinks that with this file folder you'll play with her. Really? Maybe Ollie hopes for you to visit often. Pet park. Ollie, catch! Artem is playing flying disc with Ollie in the park. Ollie sprints after the flying disc with her head up. Just before the flying disc hits the ground, Ollie catches it. Good job, Ollie. Ollie, after being praised by Artem, walks briefly over to you. Ollie, no, you should bring the flying disc back to Artem, otherwise it doesn't count as playing catch. Ollie, let me share a rest. Come, bring the flying disc to me. With two small cries, Ollie returns to Artem. However, the next time Ollie catches the flying disc, she brings it over to you again. Ollie, do you want me to play with you? It seems Ollie likes you more than I thought. How can I refuse her invitation? Ollie, here I come! Pet park. Over the weekend, you and Artem take Ollie to a dog park. The park is beautifully landscaped and many owners are here with their dogs. At first, Ollie seems excited when she gets out of the car, but when she sees so many dogs, she becomes timid and stays by Artem's legs. Ollie seems to be scared.
동물의 세계에서 몸집은 강함과 약함을 구분할 수 있는 가장 직접적인 특징이거든요. 포메라니안은 소형견이니 몸집이 큰 동족을 만나면 두려워하는 게 본능인 거예요. 하지만 다른 강아지들과 접촉하는 건 사회화의 중요한 부분이니까 앵두의 필수 과목인 셈이죠.
Artem doesn't stop walking just because of Ollie's resistance. So we should introduce Ollie to other dogs?
과도하게 자극하면 앵두가 스트레스를 받을 수도 있으니까 흐름에 맡기는 게 좋겠어요.
Just then, a couple comes along with a huge Labrador. The moment the Labrador sees Ollie, it wags its tail excitedly, wanting to come over. Ollie doesn't pay it any attention. Instead, she cowers behind Artem. Seeing such a situation, the couple looks at Artem with an inquiring look and Artem responds with a nod before moving aside. Is that okay?
앵두의 상태도 안정적인 편이고 리트리버도 뛰쳐나오지 않았으니까 이건 절호의 기회예요.
When the Labrador is about 5 steps away from Artem, Ollie starts to tense up and growls. The couple immediately tightens the leash, and the Labrador stops walking. It looks at Ollie, puzzled. But this doesn't calm Ollie down. She growls more intensely, looking like she might attack at any moment. Why don't I take Ollie away from here?
걱정 마요. 조금만 더 해볼게요.
Artem stops observing and steps in between the two dogs, using his body to seize their competition. Much to your surprise, Ollie calms down quickly, licking her small nose before relaxing on her stomach. The couple marvels at Artem's action, almost wanting to applaud. Ollie has indeed calmed down. Artem returns to your side, providing an explanation as he smiles.
네. 반려동물과 주인의 감정은 서로 전달되거든요. 앵두가 긴장하고 무서워할 땐 내가 마음의 여유를 줄 수 있어요. 나의 개입으로 앵두의 긴장을 풀어주고 빠르게 진정시킬 수도 있죠. 봐요. 내가 비켰는데도 앵두는 평온한 상태잖아요.
Only after Artem mentioned do you realize that Ollie isn't tense about confronting the Labrador anymore, even without Artem. That's very effective.
굉장히 좋은 방법이네요. 저도 한 수 배웠어요. 강식이가 열정적인 아이라 오는 길에도 친구들을 많이 놀라게 했거든요. 방금 그 방법대로라면 저도 많이 편해질 것 같아요.
The Labrador approaches Ollie enthusiastically as his owner greets you and Artem warmly. This time, however, Ollie doesn't refuse. Seeing the two dogs getting to know each other, you and Artem smile. Artem, who would have thought you've only just started looking up after a pet recently? Artem looks at Ollie playing with her new friend, his voice reaching your ears in the wind.
한동안 당신이랑 같이 앵두를 돌보다 보니까 나도 모르게 반려동물에 대해 더 알고 싶어졌거든요. 앵두가 사랑스럽기도 하고 그리고 앵두를 처음 만난 날 당신도 무척 힘들어했잖아요. 그런 상황을 피하려면
The breeze in the park caresses the grass on the ground as well as your and Artem's hair. Artem's voice is soft, but you already know what he wants to express. Even now, Artem is not used to verbally express the concerns he naturally has for others. You don't need to say anything else, I get it. You gently take Artem's hand, interlocking your fingers with his, and enjoy the peace and tranquility of the moment. Street. Ollie suddenly stops, sniffing the air nervously. Is there a restaurant nearby? What is Ollie sniffing? Well, let Ollie lead the way. Ollie starts following a scent that you and Artem can't smell. Along the way, she stops a few times. Suddenly, you hear something. Artem, do you hear that? Yes, I do. Artem heads toward the direction in which Ollie is sniffing and stops in front of a cardboard box. It's a litter of abandoned puppies. You look to see a cardboard box filled with puppies huddled together, yelping occasionally. Their eyes are still closed, and it seems like they haven't even been. Ollie sits in front of the cardboard box, protecting the puppies like a knight. Ollie wants to save them. They're an adoption agency around here that specializes in rescue. Perhaps they have a way to save the puppies. With that said, Artem clutches to pick up the box of puppies, intending to take them there. Let's take the puppies somewhere safe. Ollie barks happily, following Artem's footsteps closely. I think Ollie is becoming as reliable as you. Artem's residence. In the living room, Artem is doing the daily training with Ollie. Whenever Ollie successfully performs a command, Artem will reward her with snacks. Just as their training is going very smoothly, Artem's projector phone on the table rings, alerting Artem of an incoming video call. Artem nods at you, gesturing you to answer the call. The next second, you hear Celestine's crisp voice.
백은우, 이야, 약혼하니까 뭔가 다르긴 다르네. 휴일에도 함께야?
Celestine? Not far away, Ollie is sitting on the floor, her ears moving side to side, apparently recognizing her master's voice. Without further delay, Artem carries Ollie over to sit by your side.
앵두야, 누군지 봐봐.
As soon as Ollie sees Celestine, she digs her front paws onto the sofa, almost as if she's going to jump at the projection.
앵두가 뛰어내릴 것 같아. 조심해.
앵두야, 앉아.
아휴, 얼른 앵두를 잡으라니까. 앵두는 흥분하면... 응? 앉았어? 네 말을 왜 이렇게 잘 듣는 건데?
훈련의 결과물이죠.
In the projection, Celestine is left speechless by Artem. Celestine, don't be deceived by them. On the first day, Artem was struggling so much that he barely got out of bed.
그때부터 둘이 쭉 같이 지낸 거야?
선배, 앵두 걱정은 안 돼요?
참, 맞다. 아니, 근데 훈련은 어떻게 시킨 거야?
그건 쉬워요. 명령어를 수행하면 보상으로 간식을 주는 방식이죠. 이를테면
Artem adjusts the projection and points the camera at the empty space in front of the sofa, then walks over.
앵두야, 이리 와.
Ollie follows Artem to the empty space.
엎드려.
Ollie lies down.
빵이야.
Ollie pulls her paws to her chest and rolls over to reveal her belly. Celestine looks astonished.
네 명령어에만 반응하는 거야? 다른 사람이 하면 어때?
You look at Artem curiously.
이미 조건 반사가 되도록 훈련시켰으니까 이론적으로 누가 말하든지 다 들을 거예요.
With raised eyebrows, Celestine looks at you with interest.
너도 한번 해봐.
Me? You look at Artem and he gives you an encouraging look, filling you with confidence. Sure, let me try. You imitate Artem's action and give Ollie a command. Ollie, sit. Hearing the command, Ollie runs happily over to you, then lays down by your leg. No, Ollie, that's down. Artem sees this and passes some beef jerky to you, signaling for you to try again. How about Ollie, stand. This time it works. Ollie stands up on her hind legs with enthusiasm. With Artem's help, you use the beef jerky to guide Ollie with the commands. I feel so accomplished. It's mostly thanks to Artem, though. Celestine seems to have seen enough of the show and shows a satisfied expression.
배근우, 쎄하는데?
Before Artem can respond, Celestine hangs up the video call. It seems Celestine is relieved that she asked you to take care of Ollie. Artem looks at you with a hint of helplessness in his eyes.
걱정 안 하는 게 이 일뿐만은 아닌 것 같네요.
You think back to the last thing Celestine said. As suspected of Celestine. Artem's residence. Artem returns home after walking the dog and you notice his left hand clutching something. Artem, what's in your hand? A stone that Ollie gave me. Artem opens his hand to reveal a round grey stone in his palm. A small stone? Recently, Ollie likes giving me things whenever we go on walks. That means the branches and bottle caps you brought back were all presents from Ollie? Ollie looks at you and Artem discussing the stone she gave Artem and barks loudly, almost as if she wants to be praised. Artem looks at Ollie with a smile in his eyes. Perhaps this is how Ollie expresses affection. It must be. Ollie also sees you as someone close to her. Artem's residence. Soon the renovations on Celestine's house is coming to an end. Tomorrow is the day that Ollie goes home. I don't want Ollie to go. Today, you reach Artem's house early in the morning and join hands with Artem to make Ollie a delicious breakfast. Seeing the white ball of love gulping down her food, you and Artem are delighted, but somehow you feel that something is missing. It feels somewhat lacking for a big day like today. Your eyes search for Artem, who is packing up some items for Ollie to take home. When you see Artem pick up a box, an idea comes to mind. Artem, I have an idea. Artem stops and throws you an inquiring look. You walk over and take the box in his hands. Why don't we let Ollie decide how to spend the day? Ollie sits in front of a row of colorful buttons, focusing her attention on the sound that each button makes. This is a set of dog buttons. Pressing the buttons will call out words that the dog is familiar with, such as food and walk. You and Artem press the buttons one by one to familiarize Ollie with the command that each button represents. Ollie, have you decided what you want to do? Ollie tilts her head looking at the buttons, not understanding what she should do. Artem, can Ollie really understand us?
시간을 조금 더 주는 게 좋겠어요. 명령어와 관련된 목소리에 반응을 보이고 있으니 아마 생각하고 있는 게 아닐까요?
As soon as Artem sees that, Ollie begins to move. She walks over to the green button and press it with her paw. The unexpected choice catches you and Artem by surprise, judging by the shocked expressions. He looks at you and shakes his head slightly, knowing what you want to ask him.
앵두한테 이 명령어는 가르쳐 준 적이 없는데 아마 지민 선배한테서 들은 걸지도 몰라요.
Neither of you understand Ollie's choice, but you choose to honor her wish. Home theater. A documentary about dogs is playing on the big screen in the studio. Ollie lays between you and Artem, watching intently. You and Artem were doubtful when Ollie pressed the movie button, but now it's confirmed. It seems like Ollie really enjoys watching movies. You thought it's interrupted by when Ollie suddenly jumps up excitedly on the sofa, barking at the screen. What's going on with Ollie? A schnauzer with long eyelashes is showing on the screen. Ollie turns around anxiously, circling the screen a few times almost as if she wants to go inside the movie and see the schnauzer.
어쩌면 슈나우저가 좋다는 의미 아닐까요?
Artem and you exchange a look, a hint of uncertainty in your eyes. The film continues to play and Ollie is excited whenever that schnauzer appears.
아,
I think Ollie might be in love. Artem pats Ollie on her furry head, speaking in a gentle tone.
앵두야. 그렇게 난폭하게 다가가면 안 되지. 마음에 드는 강아지가 있으면 매너 있게 행동해야 해. 알겠지? 그리고 연애는 그렇게 단순한 일이 아니야. 천천히 순서에 따라.
I can't believe Artem has become Ollie's love mentor. In the dark room, Artem's low voice occasionally rings in your ear. His long fingers run through Ollie's fur, scene that makes you want to pat Ollie too. Your and Artem's hand occasionally touch. The movie is long and you try to fight the drowsiness. Eventually, your head leans on Artem's shoulder. The next day, the morning light illuminates the whole room. You push open the doors and find the living room empty. Is Artem still asleep? I must have fallen asleep last night while watching the movie. I don't know what happened after that, but it seems like Artem slept late last night. Late again. You head upstairs to the bedroom on the second floor. Huh? The scene before you is strangely familiar. Artem sleeps on his side facing you, still in the same protective position. In the gentle light, the white ball of love stands out. Ollie was back to her old ways, arrogantly placing her paw on Artem's face. It seems like Ollie loves to play tricks on Artem, just like her master. I was too overwhelmed last time to capture this scene. It would be a shame to miss the opportunity again. With that in mind, you take out your phone and approach the bed slowly. Then you adjust the angle and capture the scene on the bed. Oh no, I forgot to turn off the sound. However, it's too late. The camera shutter wakes Artem up, who responds with soft gasp. Sorry to wake you up. Artem shakes his head, showing you that it's okay.
당신이 사진 찍을 때 일어날 생각이었어요. 마침 알람이 된 거죠.
Ollie, who is in Artem's arms, suddenly rolls over.
이유는 모르겠지만 어제 앵두가 안 자겠다고 칭얼거리더라고요. 평소에는 안 그랬는데.
Maybe it's because Ollie sensed something and was acting cute with you? Artem stretches Ollie's chin and speaks in a gentle tone.
앵두도 우리랑 헤어지는 게 아쉬운가 봐요.
Suddenly, the alarm clock rings. Artem turns it off and looks at you. Soon, you and Artem will need to take Ollie back to Celestine's house. Despite not wanting to part with Ollie, you still keep your spirits up.
시간이 거의 다 됐으니 간단하게 준비하죠.
Yeah, let me pick up a few things and we can go. On the way home, Ollie lays quietly on her stomach, looking listless. Artem, does Ollie know that we're about to take her home? Artem looks at Ollie, who is also looking back at him. The silent confrontation between man and dog makes the atmosphere somewhat depressing. Why don't you try to comfort Ollie? You rummage through a bag for the pet son communicator and hand it to Artem. Artem takes it and thinks for a moment before pressing the button.
앵두야, 자주 보러 갈게.
The communicator converts what Artem said into a series of barks and plays it. Ollie's ears perk up and she listens until the end. Her tail, which had been hanging low, wags happily. She understood. Artem smiles as he pets Ollie, who responds by licking Artem's palm. Ollie is looking much happier than before. Ollie, we'll visit you often.
좀 더 가까이 와요.